This is an InfoBlips LLC podcast network production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up with John and Yancey. My name is John Haynes, and I'm here with my co-host and friend, Yancey Seals.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? John, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing a lot better than before. First, I want to tell everybody, first off, please have patience with me and my my video because it's not coming out right. But I want to thank everybody for coming and showing support for me and my brother and my mother's services. It was very heartfelt. And Yancey, man, thank you for being there, bro. I'm telling you, man, when I saw you there, I was like, man, that's my boy. Anyway, man, I really appreciate everybody, and it was definitely heartfelt for me and my brother. I want to say thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah,
So, Yancey, what's been happening?
We definitely need to rest or May Haynes, one of the mothers of Sintown.
Thank you.
I remember I used to act up in Zodi's, and Haynes, he said, "I see you and I know you. Now you better stop it."
That definitely sounds like Mom. I know you. I know where you live. I know your parents. Okay, so
Stop it.
Yeah, that.
And then she used to get the nicest shirts, like we wear those silk shirts, John.
Yeah.
Hold them for us in the back. And when we come in, we say, here's those nice. So, not nice stuff, but we're sad and we grieve with you, brother, during this.
Thank you, bro.
Time. So we're there with you.
I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate the support. Again, when I saw it, I said, yes, he seals, man. This brother, right on. And your brothers and the whole family, everybody was there that we all knew and had fun with in Centown. And it was wonderful. And then the place overlooking Ganesha and Centown was really special for us. So yeah, we had a good time. Anyway, man.
We call it Centown, but it's actually called Valwood Estates.
Well, Valwood Estates. Valwood Estates. Let's not forget that. Man, so I have been out of it for like about a month, man. And I just started looking at some stuff the other day, and I'm like, going, it didn't really change. I mean,
not a whole lot changed, but one thing was added to the equation, and that was
what's that?
P. Diddy.
Oh man,
P. Diddy, man, you a nasty joker, man. You ain't had no right doing stuff like this.
Man, I've been listening to this stuff. I just read some stuff yesterday about P. Diddy, man, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. That's just craziness, man. That's insanity. But I mean, that I guess when you have a lot of money, or if you're in that business, and I have been told that being in that business can be very treacherous. Mm-hmm. But man.
But human trafficking?
I know. That's crazy. It's crazy. Human trafficking and it's just insane. And he's gonna look like they locked onto him, and he's gonna get what he deserves. That's the way I feel about it.
He's not doing it for kicks and giggles. I can tell you that. He's doing it all about money. Trust me.
It's all about cash. It's all about cash. Yeah. And that's the whole thing with people that sell their souls for money. We said it before on the show. You sell your soul for money, and you'll do anything for anyone, to anyone. It doesn't really matter, and that's what I don't like about the corrupt people, corrupt corporate people.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man? I see your big vote sign behind you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, vote. I want to remind people to get out there and vote where the elections start at home. They start at home in your local neighborhood. That's where it starts. Vote right there. So start right there. Get out and vote. Get the word out. I'm just so concerned, man, that people are not really concerned about democracy and Americana, if you will. They're not concerned about that anymore. I'm concerned about the amount of people that actually believe in the lie.
Yeah,
that's my concern. I have a real big concern about that. A lot of them, over half of the population is believing the lie.
I know. It's very disturbing. I've been looking at, like, I start catching up on things, man, and I could not believe the people, like you said, that are actually believing this stuff. And most of them have their own reasons. I've been finding that people have their own reasons and they mix them up into uh, what this is. I mean, people are mad at the government, which I understand. People are mad at the system, which I understand. But bro, I mean, you can't just believe a total lie and go along with people who want to destroy this country. I mean, the country as we know it. And then you go along with a person that's uh, twice impeached, 91 uh, indictments, a convicted criminal.
Mhm.
I just don't understand it. I
No,
don't get it.
I just don't get it, man. It loses me. I also I saw an ad where he Trump took a AI generated picture of him surrounded by black folk. And he said, "I'm with you guys." He has all of them surrounded on his back. Yeah, he was AI generated. You wish you could see it.
Man, and that's another thing. We have to really be careful with that because I listened to there's a commercial that he has. I saw it last night. The Lincoln Group did a parody on it, but it was him sounding like I forgot the guy's name, but he was like, in the beginning there was this God needed someone to work well and to serve the people, so God invented Trump. And I'm
Oh,
like, are you kidding me? I mean, I don't, and people believe this, and now he's selling Bibles and tennis shoes, and I'm like, okay, um,
he's actually called himself the savior.
yeah, I know,
Called
I
himself
know.
the savior.
People think that he is the second coming of Christ, the Savior, I mean, I just, I don't, again, I don't understand how educated people can understand, can go along with this, but they do,
And
and
that's why this scares me, John. This really, really scares me.
yeah,
All it takes is because that little joker running around down there in Massachusetts called by the name of Kennedy. He is the spoiler. He can
yeah,
spoil. He can really spoil this thing. Donald Trump is
yeah,
already beaten already by in all the polls. I know we don't want to follow the polls, but polls do give us an indication how things are progressing and going and where we're going to end up. It is
that's
not
true.
100%, but it gives you an indication. And with Kennedy coming in and taking between 13 and 15%,
That's a spoiler.
well, that
That's a
can
spoiler right there. 13, 15% is a spoiler
that can
because you
hurt.
definitely need that. You definitely need that. We definitely need that. I was listening, looking last night. Iran uh, attacked Israel.
Mhm,
They sent in swarms of drones and ballistic missiles.
mhm,
Of course, the Iron Dome shot most of them down. But that's something that Netanyahu wanted, and we said it here a long time ago. He wanted to bring the United States into a regional war,
mhm,
and he has even said that, and that's what's happening.
mhm,
Because we of course we protected the Iron Dome and everything that we have, the Patriot systems and stuff protected Israel. But that was Iran retaliated against Israel from striking Syria.
mhm,
I mean, they killed a general, an Iranian general in Syria. So they started this tit for tat, and now the United States has no choice but to. Well, we do have a choice, but they're not going to choose to do the adult thing and say, "Hey, you started this, your mess, you get out of it." I
exactly.
mean, I don't, everybody's running around thinking that, oh, well, they're God's people and you got to protect Israel and all that. I'm like, no, I don't see that.
Mhm,
I just, I don't see that, man. I don't see how you can protect people that. And then I heard also that the German government is involved with Israeli with the Israeli government and giving them tips and information and weapons and stuff like that. Now I'm like, so you got the Nazis working with supposedly the Jewish people. Does that make sense to you? I don't see that making sense to me. I just see the fascists joining the Zionists,
Mhm.
and it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. Come on, you guys, think about that statement. The Nazis working with Jewish people. That don't make no sense. Come
That
on.
doesn't make sense at all, but they
Uh,
are.
yeah, yeah. So we'll
And
see.
I'm like, I'm like,
So
man,
I tell you, man, John, just a whole lot of stuff going on. We got Monday morning.
Monday,
Somebody
Monday.
goes on trial. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm not sure trial on Monday.
So Monday is what's her that's the hush money case. And they tried to get thrown out of court, which is not going to get thrown out of court. However, you got to be careful with the judges because the judges so far they've been okay. What do you think about Eileen Cannon?
I think Eileen Cannon. First of all, she's working for Trump, no doubt about it. No
Yeah.
doubt, no about online. She's so inexperienced. I don't understand why the 11th district just don't jump in and say, you know what, lady, you're wrong. This is not a judicial issue. This is a fact issue. We're talking about a Mata, not Walt Mata, who wants to get his thing thrown out because he said he didn't
Yeah.
know what was in the box. That's a jury thing, lady. That's
You, the thing that got me was like just like the law says is you didn't have to know that you knew that they were investigating him.
you knew
You
that.
don't have to know about the subpoena. You knew that they were investigating him. Okay,
Yeah.
you knew what they were investigating him for. All right,
Mhm.
and then he tells you to go move boxes, and you move boxes. Just stand up. You did it.
Yeah.
Don't try to get it thrown out. You did it.
What's that thing? What's that say? Ignorance is no excuse for the law. Something like
You
no
know what? I
something.
I remember hearing that. Actually, it was a long time ago, but it's like ignorance is no excuse for the commission of a crime. Okay,
Right.
so you can sit there and say, I didn't know,
Hey,
but
it's
you did
part of
it.
history. It set them in the box over there. It's sitting there. You didn't know they were stolen.
Like, were they there before?
Right.
You know? Nah, I don't see that. I'm it's going to be an interesting trial.
Mm,
I think that it's going to be a bigger trial than we actually thought of in the beginning, because in the beginning I thought that was the smaller of the two, and I'm like, yeah, it's hush money case. It ain't that. It's
yeah.
not sexy enough. It's not sexy enough to be something big. But then you start thinking about that he committed a crime to cover up a crime, and that's a felony. I
Yeah.
mean, when you commit a crime to cover up another crime, that's good. That's the definition of a felony right there. And
Is he going to get?
so so we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see when all the stuff comes out. There's no doubt that they were there. I mean, I I don't even see how he can defend against that.
Is Trump going to jail?
No, no. Trump is
But
never going to go to jail.
so
No.
he's going to go to he's going to be on probation.
They'll probably work. I mean, I can't see in the future, but I think what they're going to do is work out some kind of deal where uh, that he doesn't have to serve time, but he'll be on probation type of thing or something like that. I don't see him serving time at all.
He should very well lose his detail. He should lose his detail. I think his name should be stricken. You should not ever call him a president again, whether it's former or any damn thing else, and he loses his detail. He should not be recognized as
No,
all.
you're right, and that's why when I discuss him, I call him criminal defendant Trump, because that's what he is. People always say for former president. No, he's a criminal defendant. He
Mhm.
was a former president before he committed a crime. Okay, now he's a criminal defendant. And actually, he's actually a not even a defendant, because he's been found guilty of what was it, two crimes. Um,
Yeah, he's
so yeah,
a sexual assaultee.
a sexual assault, and I'm wondering, is he going to have to register? I mean, see, this is the whole thing. If we're going to be a country of laws or a country of rules and a country of laws, nobody can be above the law. And that depends on who you do, anybody. I don't care who you are. You can't be above the law. And that's the one of the reasons why I don't like this dude, because he's always operated outside the fact, outside the law. I mean, he's a con man. The man's never really been successful. And everyone says, oh, he's a successful businessman. That's a lie. Every commercial venture that Donald Trump went into failed, every last one. The man inherited $400 million and went bankrupt 7 times.
Mm.
Uh,
That should tell you something. That should
I
say something.
mean, come on, man. You know, people are like, oh, you know, he's a and again, I had a small amount of work actually I did with Trump, and he's not reputable.
Mhm,
He's a really evil dude,
mhm,
and I don't understand how people can follow him. I just don't. I just do not. You know,
yeah.
and then I'm looking at I looked at Netanyahu, man. I looked at him and his ratings. The people of Israel want to get rid of this man. They want him out. I mean, they want him out like now.
Mhm.
And you know, if they pull an election, if they actually form where they can have another election, and I think people are trying to do that, he's not going to win. You
No,
know, he's not going to win. Um,
Netanyahu can't be trusted. He cannot be trusted. He just cannot be trusted. And because if you don't trust him, how are you still sending them money? I don't get that. You don't trust him. He's not to be trusted, but you still send them money
yeah, lots of money.
with no restrictions.
And yeah, see, I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. We're sending these people, what is I think it was billions of dollars a year. I forgot the correct amount.
A
I don't
year.
want someone saying, well, you said billions of dollars a year to protect them
Mhm.
from the people around them. And now we have to send them more money because the people around them decided to attack. I
Well,
don't get it.
Israel attacked first.
Well, I
Iran did.
know.
Yeah.
But still, we're giving them more money because we were supposed to be giving them money to protect them against that.
Yeah.
But now we have to give them more money because it actually happened. You know, I mean, again, I agree. Israel attacked Iran first, and I believe that Netanyahu wants a regional war because the people, the Zionists that are running that country, they believe it's going to be to them the coming of a new era, or the coming of Christ, or whatever they think it's not, you know, whatever they think it is, because they don't believe that the Jesus was Christ. They don't believe that at all. And I don't understand how Christians could actually run around here supporting them. But I just look at it and go, okay, you know, people are weird, man.
He's just a good man.
Yeah.
But
Hey, man. So go ahead.
they believe. It's your belief. That's your belief. It's you. I don't care what you believe. I really don't care what you believe.
You can believe what I mean. Everyone has the right. America, we have the right to believe what we want or what we think is rational, but we don't have the right to make or impose our belief on other people. On to make, you know, this is what you have to believe. If you want to be an American, you have to believe this. And I don't. That's just not. That's that's not American. Excuse me.
So,
That's
John,
not American.
how's the Georgia um, trial coming with Fannie Willis, and totally just did disappointed me, by the way.
Yeah. Fannie Willis totally disappointed me. I don't even know what to say about her, man. At first I thought she was a real, you know, a real go-getter, real up to date. And you make decisions, well, not decisions, but you wind up muddying up the water for sex. Not to be able to control yourself, And if you can't control yourself in that situation, then I have questions, about you. She brought this all on herself.
I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Uh, you got this guy like this, and all of a sudden you doing craziness.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
What?
you got him by the short hairs, and then you start doing stupid stuff. But see, this is what happens. And if you're gonna go after someone like that, you have to be clean.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you got to stay clean. You can't have anybody, you can't have no type of dirt that's not exposed. Okay. And I mean, everybody's got dirt. But if you're going to go after this dude, you have to have all this stuff exposed. You did all this, and then you get him by the short hairs, and all of a sudden, oops,
Yeah.
you have situations that call you into question. Um,
Now they voting to get rid of her.
yeah, no.
Now they voting to get rid of her. That means the trial gonna go away.
Well, and that was the main thing. If they vote to get rid of her, the trial's gone. Or if they can delay it, the trial's gone. I mean, and that's the reason why I'm saying I don't think he's going to be found guilty on the important things that he did, because the trials are going to go away, or the not the statutes of limitations, but the this if he becomes president, or is elected president, is definitely going away. So.
Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right about that.
Hey man, did you follow women's basketball at all? College basketball.
You know what?
Um,
I don't follow college basketball at any level, men or women. And you guys gonna call me the biggest chauvinist around. I don't care. I don't watch women basketball. I don't watch college basketball. And when I don't want to watch women basketball, I don't want to watch basic basketball, two-hand chest passes and I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that.
I
Caitlin,
yes, boy, you gonna get yelled at for that one, boy.
I know, I know, but I know it's exciting and it's growing, and they deserve to have a platform, but it's not for me.
No, I
Um,
hear you. I hear
uh,
you.
Caitlin, whatever her name is, what's her name? This lady up and all the time.
Caitlin.
Caitlin,
Caitlin, yeah.
about this lady. There's been women well before her.
Yeah, I know. But see, and here's the thing. You got a basketball, you have a team that won the championship twice, two times around, two times back to back. And you have the people that on that team, their starters actually were taken out. Okay, so they wound up working with a bunch of people, new folks that they have. And these women, I actually happen to like women's basketball, at least collegiate basketball. And you look at the game, and you look at how the game has evolved, but then everything, these people won back to back, they won against all odds, and the whole thing was about Caitlin. They're
Mhm.
showing Caitlin packing up. They're showing Caitlin as she gives her handshake to the winning team. And I'm like, yes, she brought a lot of attention to women's basketball,
She
but she
lost.
has not won a championship.
No, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
She has not won a championship, and basketball is more than just a one person sport. And that's the whole thing. She had a one person on her team that was good, that was her, and of course they weren't going to win a championship.
Right.
But and then they got beat handedly. They and the young lady, I forget her name, and I should know her name, that was Gardner, shut her ass down.
Yeah, man,
And
12 points.
they're not getting all the accolades that they should get, because they're all focusing on Caitlin doing the winning the record or whatever she did.
Yeah.
um it's just to me, it's not important. Of course, my granddaughter plays basketball, so that's one of the reasons why I like women's basketball. But I've been involved in women's basketball for a minute. I got a friend, Kelsey. She's going to actually do an interview. She's a coach, a women's basketball coach, and it's interesting to me. It's just pretty interesting.
Should men and women play together?
No,
Why
no,
not?
no,
Why
no.
not?
How you gonna get somebody like LeBron James playing against the Ace? Come on, no, no, they shouldn't play together at all. There's two differences. There are difference. Uh, Look, for what, regardless of what people say, there's a difference between men and women. Okay, there's a strength, there's height, there's agility, there's different. Now, am I saying that women can't do what men do? No, I'm not saying that they can. But if you're going to compete against a man in basketball in an athletic setting, I don't see how they're going to win. I mean, they're elegant, and I understand the plays are a lot more elegant than the NBA plays, but I don't see them winning. I don't see them, coming in and winning. I don't think they should be playing together at all. Nope,
What about a transgender woman?
nope,
What about changes a man?
nope. I know
So,
you're gonna get me yelled at.
so whatever you're born with, that's what you should play with.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. I have nothing against people. If you want to be transgender, be transgendered. I have someone in my family that's in my extended family that's transgender.
Everyone does.
I, huh?
Everyone does. Everyone
Yeah,
has. Everyone
I
does.
know. So I mean, if I have nothing against them doing that, but I don't think that they should play. Again, if you're a transgender person, or you should play with the. If you're going to play sports, you play the gender that you were born with. I mean, even though they can take out, they can remove the testosterone, and they have all these medical things that they can do. And the end of it, you still have a strength or agility that's different. And I just don't see. I don't like the idea of even imposing that or even suggesting that. I think it's just a trick box that people are using, to cause conflict.
I have to agree with you. I agree with you 150%. I'll just playing the advocate. I totally agree. That you open that door a little bit, you open
Yeah.
yourself problems. Keep the door closed. Keep that
See, and
door.
there are people that's doing that just to cause their spoons, man, just to stir up the shit to cause problems. I mean, like why would you want to do that? If why would you want to play? If you want to be, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, that's fine. If you go through and they go through a lot in order to get those operations, not just like they wake up in the morning, like of course the people are saying, well, they wake up they can wake up in the morning and change their mind. That's not it. You go through a whole like a lot of psychological years. It's years of psychological stuff. If you before you become transgender. Now, if you want to be gay, that's totally different. But if you're transgendered, they go through a lot, and it's years of psychiatric work, and it's years of different medicines and different things they have to take. So, um, yeah, I don't understand why they would want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, just curious.
You're just curiously trying to get me in trouble.
Well, that's kind of what I do there, Johnny.
Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of your thing, right? That's kind of your thing. Everybody's gonna be yelling, "Did you really say that, John?" Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, I did. Don't get mad at me. That's how I feel. It's how I feel inside.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It makes
No,
the world go around. Everybody don't think the same. I don't think like John. John don't think like me, and
no.
that's what the case may be. You ever have is a world of different opinions, and that's what this is about.
And that's what the whole see, this is what I don't understand. We used to be at a point where we can have this of different opinions. Everybody could have different opinions. We could talk about it, and we could get into heated conversations and talk about it, and then go have a beer afterwards, or go eat dinner afterwards, or go play basketball afterwards, or whatever. But nowadays, if you don't agree with me, then I have to hate you. I have to want you dead, because you don't agree with me. And I'm gonna say this, and I said I was going to. There was a person that I said I would never talk to again in life, and he's a friend of ours. And I sat down and we had a long conversation, and that's when I really started figuring out. Look, I don't have to hate you. I don't agree with you at all, but you can explain your point of view. I can explain my point of view, and we could have a beer, and talk, and still be friends. because at the end of the day, you know, these people aren't the people that are voting for these people. They're not really bad people. I just think that they're maybe ill-informed, or they have a reason, their reason why they don't like the government or they don't like the way things are right now, and they take that and they extend it over to agreeing with the far right. And I don't agree with the far right. I don't agree with the far left. So that leaves me with about 80% of America in the middle.
I get, people's apprehension of trusting the government. I don't trust the government with a damn. I don't trust the government. I'm sorry, I just don't.
No,
And
don't be sorry. I don't trust the government. All the crap that the United States government has done,
yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry. Trusting them is not even an option for me. I
I
put it like this. I put it like this. I like what Reagan said, trust but verify.
trust but verify. But
Trust but verify.
I hate to say it,
I'll
but Trump has really put this bad taste in people's mouths.
yeah.
Because you see the stuff he does, and you know damn well you can't do that. You know that ain't right to do, but he does it all the time. And he's supposed to be the person who's a higher echelon, if you will. Yeah, he's president, well, former president, or whatever the fuck you want to call his ass. Um, and Johnny can't put together a couple goddamn sentences.
Did you hear that, man? I listened to that video, and I know that that he talks about Biden being old and stuff like that. But I listened to these sentences that this guy's been talking, and I'm like, going, y'all better check this dude because he's really having problems, and it's not even funny. He can't string together sentences unless it's already pre-programmed for him, or he's already said it before.
Or
And it's
something
the same.
derogatory, or he's
Yeah.
making derogatory comments. He's good at that. He's good at
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah. Always have been. But other than that, or he goes back into his spiel, which is his, that's his stick is, oh, the dirty this one and dirty that one, calling people names and stuff like that. My thing is that, look, dude, if you were any good, you would change things. You would actually change things for the better. He has no platform. The Republicans, period, have no platform. I mean, they go for this people. Well, right now, I know I'm jumping around, but you're looking at the border, okay, and everybody's the border, the border, the border, the border, the border. Okay, so the Republicans worked for 6 months on a bill about the border, right? They want concessions. They actually said they want certain things that for Biden to do, and Biden was saying no. And I actually agree with this, what they said that they wanted. Then all of a sudden they say, okay, this is great. We're going to pass this. We're going to bring us up for a vote. And Donald Trump says, well, hey, whoa, hold up. The economy's doing great. Foreign policy's not bad. I only have one thing, and that's the border. So y'all can't pass this bill. Okay. And they killed the bill
Yeah.
overnight.
That,
Overnight. And I'm
that,
supposed to trust these people?
there's a
No.
lot behind that. They're saying that we are not working for you, we're working for us, not you, not the American people. No. I know we said we wanted to get the border taken care of. We didn't really mean that shit. We didn't want you to take it. We wanted you to stay
No.
at quo when we come in and try to fix it. We want to get rid of all the health care for 23 million people so we can come in and bring you one in 2 weeks. This is what
Yeah.
Trump's coming in 2 weeks. We'll have better one in 2 weeks. Better. It's
I
much
mean,
better.
and you look at it and people are, they all will tell you, oh, there's so many people, they're crowding across the border. And then you look at how many people were, like I asked the question, well, how many people were deported? Because if you're going to say that we have X amount of people coming in, how many people are we deporting? And no one really, they don't know that number, but I actually looked it up. We're deporting about 142,000 people, 150,000 people, I think it is, per year, that are being deported. So, the people that are coming in, if they're coming in illegally, and our system is broken. I mean, let's just face it, it hasn't just become broken. That system has been broken for many years because people are making money. I mean, look, nothing in America stays broken unless people are making money by it. Okay, if you are making money, if corporations are making money, if the government is making money, this stuff will continue to happen. If they're not making money, it will end. I mean, it's just the way it goes. And I don't, and I'm working on a project now trying to expose the people who are making the money from the people being here illegally. Now, corporations are, because they're hiring them. They're hiring them to work at a lower wage than they would hire people from the United States to work. However, we found out in Florida that the fields, things were going rotten in the fields because they didn't have anybody to go out there and pick them. If it was that much of a problem when they stopped, hiring the illegal people, then Americans would have went out there and said, "Hey, we'll do it," and that wasn't the case. So
The thing throws me also with regards to hiring illegal people or migrants. Uh, if you're worried about them taking your job, something seriously has gone wrong.
look, migrants are not taking people's jobs that want jobs. What's taking people's jobs is technology, and we're not going to look at that until it's too late. But I mean, the migrants are doing hard labor work. They're picking the fruit, they're cleaning stuff, they're doing things that is hard labor that Americans, and this is the truth, just don't want to do.
Don't want to do and won't do.
I mean,
go
you know,
first.
Yeah. I mean, and then and see, the whole thing is this whole it's all built on misinformation or disinformation. People will tell you, well, the illegals are coming over here and taking all the money. We should be getting the money. No, no, because in order to get that money, you have to be totally broke. In order to get public assistance, you got to be damn near broke. You can't have anything in the bank. And so if you want to be that way, then you can get money too. That's our system.
Just get broke.
That's all. That look, man, I found that out the hard way. You can't have a car, you can't have a savings account. You can't, if you want public assistance, you can't have that.
Zero assets.
Exactly. Zero assets. Now, and then people say, well, they're coming up. Well, these people have zero assets, so that's why they're getting the money. And it's not really a bunch of immigrants. If you look at the people that are on welfare, there the countries like there's states like Tennessee, there's states like Georgia, there's states like that actually are receiving the most of our government assistance. And when they did the polling, most of them, the majority of them are white people. They're poor white people that are receiving money. I have nothing against that, but don't play it up like, oh, well, it's all about the illegals. It's all about the, people scamming the government and getting money and that kind of stuff. That's just not true.
Right.
And I actually will support it with statistics. If you can support it with statistics, me, I'm a statistics person. I'm a, verifiable factual information person. If the statistics say that, then we're good to go. But it don't say that. They don't say that.
Yeah. What are the facts? Right? What are the facts?
Yeah. That's right. What are the facts? Let's look at the facts. Not what someone told you, not what someone says, not how you feel. When I do research, I don't look at how I feel. I look at what the facts say, and sometimes the facts go against what I feel, and I'm like going, wow, okay, but then I learned something. But people don't do that. We're a microwave type of industry. You hear it on TV once, and that's got to be the truth.
Right.
And it's like, if you hear it on TV, it probably isn't the truth, but okay.
I saw it on Facebook, and it's got to be the truth.
Oh Lord, the people that do that. Well, I saw it on Facebook, or I saw it on Instagram, or I saw it on TikTok, and it's true. I'm like, okay, did you investigate it? Did you look it up? Did you look up anything? No, but
It was on
I
TikTok.
know it's on TikTok, so it's got to be true. It's on Facebook, so it's got to be. They wouldn't let nothing on there that's not true. I'm like, going, okay. Okay, man. It's just not, again, we've been gone for a month, bro. We've been gone for a month, and not the storylines haven't changed. I mean, remember we were gone for a month, and when we were talking, we said, okay, excuse me, the storylines are Israel, Hamas, right? Israel fighting against Hamas, or I'd like to say it, Israel fighting against the Palestinian people. And then there's Trump. What else is going on? I mean, besides the eclipse, there's supposed to be the did you hear this, man? That there was the rapture was supposed to happen in this past eclipse.
It was?
And yeah, I know. The Christian people were saying, some of them were saying, oh, it's going to be a rapture during the eclipse. And I'm like going, come on, y'all. That's not even in your Bible that you profess to believe, but okay. It's weird. It's weird. And go ahead.
Left behind.
I know. Y'all been left. So, like I always tell my wife, I say, you know what? Here's the deal. If I get left behind, it's going to be dangerous, for the people who's still here. Cause I'm like, I ain't going. Okay. Well, guess what? Let's get busy. But, no, I just think that, we have to really believe that the things that we believe, our religions, our faith, is ours. It doesn't have to belong to anybody else. People are what's right and what's wrong. If anybody's ever died and come back and tell us what happens, then okay. And I'm not talking about NDEs, near death experiences. I'm talking about people who actually die and then they come back. Well, I don't know anybody that's done that. Whether you believe whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God, and what's going to happen to you after you pass. So the whole religion thing is based on, well, this is going to get me in a lot of trouble. I had to take a deep breath. The whole religion thing is based on a myth that we choose to believe. And that's what I really feel. It is a myth that we choose to believe. I choose to believe, certain myths, but I believe them.
All you deacons and deaconesses, don't start clutching the damn pearls now. Just hang the fuck on, listen to my man, okay?
I mean, I remember when I took the classes. Let's see, I did a whole freaking year on it because it was interesting. The origins of Eastern and Western religions, and I mean, I was blown away. I was just blown away. I had to actually, it blew me away. And actually, several people left the class. And they tried to get the instructor in trouble because he was saying went and told them that he said there's no such thing as God. He said, I didn't say that. I said what you believe in God, what you believe in as God is a myth because no one has actually seen him. Okay. And you can believe that, and that's fine. I believe that. So that's fine, but don't try to make everybody else believe what you believe because it may not be good for them. So now I'm going to get a bunch of the Christian right, and everybody's going to be taking it and going, you're the Antichrist, I'm not like going, no, I'm basically a person that deals with fact, and you have to have, if you have a belief system, then believe that system, but don't make me believe that system,
What you really
go ahead.
got to do is listen to what John said and break it down. he used the word mythical. What is a myth? Define myth first. Once you define the word myth, then you can put all those pieces together and understand what he's talking about.
Yes. Do yourself a favor, go look up the word myth, okay, and then and apply it, okay, and apply it. It's just but why are people angry? They get so upset and so angry, like, how dare you? Like, why? That's if that's what I believe. I don't say I dare you for believing what you believe. I mean, come on. It's just we all are working our ways through this life. Ain't
Yep.
none of us gonna come out alive. I tell you that. Ain't none of us gonna come out
You ain't
at
getting
the end
out
of
alive
it.
alive.
No, at the end of it, ain't nobody coming out, alive in this. We gonna all pass on.
There's
You
what
know,
get in the ball field.
like you said, get in the ball field, play with it. But I know I said I didn't even know how I was gonna say this because I wasn't on my plans, but it just came up, and that's the way our show is. Again, there's gonna
Here's what I
say
want to do.
again.
I know you guys don't have time to Google the word myth. I'm gonna read it to you. I Googled
There
it
you
while
go. There you go. Very good.
a traditional story, especially one concerning the early history of a people or explaining some natural or social phenomenon, and typically
Phenomenon.
involving supernatural beings or events. Ancient myths.
Yeah.
Now do you
I
guys
mean,
get it?
they have to get it. I mean, I'm like going, listen, y'all, you got to realize that. You got to I mean, look, people were talking about the Anunnakis. Well, the Anunnakis are people supposedly that people believe in came from outer space, in Egypt, but those are myths. People believe that, but those are all myths. So like, just like, and here's the thing, some people say that, oh man, how did we get in this anyway? Some people say, well, there's no such thing as Jesus, and I'm like, oh, okay, so his name was not Jesus because J was not even invented back then. The person's name that I researched, it was Yahshua or something close to that. However, the word, the J word was not even invented, so it couldn't have been that. However, it's still, there is a person named Yahshua that existed, or close to that existed. Rather, the myth is whether you believe he is the Son of God. That's the only thing. If you believe that, if you don't, then then that's cool. Like the Israelis don't believe that.
But who are they? They're the chosen who?
Well, I'm
Did
doing
we
research.
go by what the Bible said? The Bible said they are chosen people. The Bible does say that.
The Bible says that the Israel that Israel are chosen people. Oh, Israel are chosen people. The problem I have, well, the situation I have is whether the people who are calling themselves Jewish people are actually the Jewish people of the Bible.
Hmm.
There's a lot to go. I mean, man, I taught the Bible for 5 years. There's a lot that we just take for granted and we don't really look at. And so that, to me, that's the question. Are they really? Because what they're not acting like it right now. I mean, the people, the Israelis are not really acting like people of God. Again, kill, steal, and destroy is not from God. The myth that I believe, kill, steal, and destroy, is not from God. So if they're doing killing, stealing, and destroying, how can they be of God? And why did this turn into a religious podcast?
I can tell you why. We've been gone for a long time, and we
I
just try
know.
all in, try and get it all in. But
Sonny.
that's what it is. Yeah,
So what else is? Go ahead.
this was a subject we was going to tackle anyway. This subject was on its way.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was on its way. We had said several times we were going to discuss this. We just didn't do it because of all the things that were coming up. And I, instead of being angry at us, instead of being mad at us, do a little research. Go look, just like Yancey just read the word myth. Go look it up. Go and look it up. And there's a lot of different things we could talk about that will totally blow people's minds. That blew my mind. And we can bring them up. We can bring them up, but it's going to be a very different podcast because people, the myths that we believe are very they're dug deep into our psyche, and until you start unpacking some of that stuff and actually start reading some of the stuff and actually reading the original text. Well, you can't read the original text because all of it was transcribed into Greek, and it was transcribed. So you read what someone else wrote, and you hope that what they wrote was exactly what was on the paper.
There's 2,800 different variations of the Bible.
Yep.
So at some point, somewhere, somebody, damn, I'm tired. That hurt. I'm tired right now.
Somebody,
point.
yeah. I mean, you can't.
But yeah.
There people would tell me what it's inspired, and I'm like going, but that doesn't mean you still have the human factor. Everything that we do, there is still a human factor. We could play, I could tell, and I did this in a class once. I said, okay, fine. I had 10 people stand up in a line. I whispered something in one person's ear. They whispered to the next person, next person, next person. By the time it got to the end, it was nothing of what I said. Okay. Then I said, okay, so can you imagine 2,000 years of this going on? And then somebody writing it down?
Somebody gonna put a thee and a the and a they and mess it up and do some shit they handle business. Yeah. Something like this. A person who would do it will be me. I'm gonna fix this shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna fix this right now. Let me see. Let me see about it. Yeah. I mean, it's just it's weird. But we have to, if we're gonna get anywhere, I think as a society or as a race of people, we're gonna have to stop this. This what I'm believing is right and what you believe in is wrong. Right and wrong is something that we've been taught to believe in, and right if it's right if it goes along with you, and it's wrong if it doesn't. And that's not factual. That is not. There's a lot of things that I found out that went against what I believed. Okay, I'm like, well, wow. And then, so, hey, man, you know what? Did you hear that O.J. Simpson died?
I heard about that. I heard
about
it. And you know what? He's been getting a lot of publicity on the radios and TV and everything. So about his life and all of it, and the division of the races, and it's yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing that gets to me about the O.J. Simpson thing. You have people that tell you that they believe in the system, that the system is, it's 100% great, and they believe in the system until a black man got off from, got acquitted from killing a white woman. And then all of a sudden it's not right. People still believe, well, OJ did it. He did it. Well, no, I don't, because the laws in which we live by says he didn't. A jury says he didn't.
OJ did that shit, but you know what? His lawyers out-lawyered the other people.
Well, and that probably would happen. That's probably what happened. I mean, but the thing is, and then we have to look at a lot of stuff, because we look at people like, well, his blood was at the scene. No, his blood went into a trunk of a car, okay, that was driven around for about a week, and then the evidence was taken to the lab. We don't know what happened. We have no idea. That's why you have the chain of evidence. When you get something like that, you take it, one person signs off for it, they take it straight into the lab, and another person signs off for it. It's a chain of evidence, right? That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
But that does not negate the fact that he didn't do it.
No, I didn't say, you know what? And the only person that knows whether he did it, there's three. There's O.J. Simpson, there's Ron Goldman, and there's Nicole Simpson. Okay, those are the people that know whether or not he did it. But my problem, my situation is the people that believe in our system, in our government, in our system. All of a sudden when that happened, oh well, no, he did it. Well, but the system said he didn't, but he did.
Right.
Okay, but the system said he didn't. So why not go along with the system? If the system told you Trump did something and he didn't do it, are you going to go along with that?
Hell no. Trump did the shit.
I mean, come on, man. So yeah, I did. I could not believe he died of prostate cancer. Just so you guys will know, a couple of days ago. Um,
I did not know that.
yeah, he died of prostate. The cause of death is said prostate cancer. So I mean, and I'm like, did he say anything before he went? Did he say, guess what? I did it. But again, like you said, his lawyers outlawyered the other lawyers, which is what our system is based on. Our system is not based on fact or truth. The judicial system is the best judicial system that money can buy. Okay. And it's based on if you have enough money to convince a jury that you didn't do something.
There's a good chance you may win. You're right.
Yeah. I mean,
that's unfair. That's unfair.
No, it's not. It is not. It's not fair at all. I mean,
doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, whatever the case may be, you should be able to get the same damn thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, if the system was fair, it wouldn't matter how much money you have. It would matter about facts. It would matter about the facts of the investigation, and the facts of the investigation can be muddled. It can be muddled. Depending on how much money you have, how much you can delay. If you can delay, and then all of a sudden, you got, as it is now, people don't get put on trial right away. It takes 2 or 3 years if you're poor. It'll take you 3 or 4 years. This is like a thing I was looking at. I was looking at the thing with Trump, and I kept saying we were wasting time. We were wasting time. We should go ahead and move on this now, because now he's saying this election fraud. I'm sorry, election interference, and people are going to believe that. Except for like I'm going, no, dude, this started way before you decided to go for president again.
So if he was to lose this election, that's the first thing they're gonna call election interference, and his people are gonna do what they do. He's gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna ride.
Here's the thing that I told a couple of my friends, and they were there because I have friends that are actually moving out of the country, and they're saying, and here's the thing that I said was this: look, it doesn't matter whether Trump wins or loses. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a major problem, because if he wins, the United States people are going to go like, wait a minute, hold on, this can't be true. If he loses, he's going to call for all out war. That's what he did. That's what he does. If just like when he was running against for the nomination on 2016, it's rigged until he won. Oops.
Okay.
It's not rigged, so regardless of whether he wins or loses, I think the United States is in for a hell of a future. And I think it's going to be violent. I think it's going to be turmoil. And that's something I hadn't said before, but I really think it's going to be major violence, regardless of whether Trump wins or loses.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Totally agree.
So this is a grim future. And I'm sitting over here trying to adjust my light, holding this doggone thing, light and stuff. I guarantee you guys next week is going to be a lot better because I have the lighting and everything worked out. Again, Yancey and I are going to be on. I mean, like Yancey and I had a conversation, and he was saying consistency is what people are looking for. And you are right. You're looking for consistency. We are committed to this program, and we will be here. I mean, we were off for about a month. It was an emergency leave. Life happens. But we are definitely committed to this program, and we're definitely committed to transfer of information and entertainment, because everybody tells me Yancey's funny. I'm not. So, okay. They like Yancey. Everybody likes Yancey. They go like, You're too dull. I'm like, okay. My grandkids told me that.
Not my
Grandpa,
show.
you're too dull.
Not
Huh?
it's not my show. See, if FCC ain't gonna get it, it ain't coming from him, and I mean.
Yeah, the FCC is coming for me. It's what and like I said before, let them come. I've been attacked by the Proud Boys. I've been attacked, and that's fact. That is a fact, and we can go through that. That was from the FBI told me that. So I mean, let them come. Let them come. I'm gonna spit the truth. I'm gonna say what I feel is true. Verifiable factual information is important. If you can't verify what you're saying, then it's not true. I don't care who told you. If you can't verify it, it's not true. If you can verify it, and then fine. And then talking in several different places, not just Pookie gave me a note from Jezebel from inside of the hole in the wall, and some so and so said this was true, and they saw it. Well, where are they? Uh, well, I don't know yet. Well, okay, then it's not true. It's not factual. Put it like this: it's not factual. Truth and fact are two different things.
But if Ray gave it to you, it is.
If if Ray gave it to you, then it's probably true. No, man. I mean, it's just like, come on. Again, and I learned this too. I learned this in school. Truth and fact are two different things. Two totally different things. And people are like, well, how can truth and fact be different? Because something could be true but not factual. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. Think about that, and then next week come back and tell me I'm lying. All right, man. What else you got? What else you have?
Hey, my time has expired. What happened?
Okay. Yeah, his time has expired, and so has mine. Listen, everybody. I want to thank you guys for listening to us again. This was one of our shows. It's beginning the first show back in about a month. We will be here again next week, and we will be bringing the heat as we always bring in the tea. We'll be bringing the tea, definitely. And you guys just stick with us. I'm thankful for the people who continue to ask, when is your next podcast? When is your next podcast? Thank you very much. Yancey and I sincerely thank you, and we appreciate your help by listening to us.
Send money.
Send money. That got sidetracked, but send money. We need money, definitely. All right, man. Well, hell, if Donald Trump needs money, so do I. So, okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna thank you guys again for joining us, and we're about to split, and we'll talk to you next week. This has been the weekly wrap up with John and Yancey. Peace. All right.